Have you ever felt like life is just happening? Like you're floating in space, waiting for something, anything, to push you. You're born, you learn, you work, you drift. And the whole time, there's this grip. You try to move, but it keeps you in place. You try to scream, but it takes your breath. Wake up! You'll be okay. It's a phrase we've all heard thousands of times. But how could they know? How could anyone know? But this time, it wasn't an empty phrase. It was a reminder. Watching Nagara navigate his own mind, I felt this show speak to a part of me I never knew was struggling to stay above water. I realized floating isn't living, and surviving isn't the same as being alive. We often go through life with no real idea of what we're doing, just stumbling from one thing to the next. Maybe someone gives us advice along the way, but most of the time, we're left to figure it out for ourselves. But this isn't just about growing up. It's about life, the confusion, the uncertainty, the fear. No one teaches you how to navigate it because most people don't know. But maybe that's okay. Maybe life isn't meant to be something you're taught to do. Maybe the answer isn't guidance at all, but a simple reminder. Sonny Boy starts in a classroom with a boy on the ground and a cat on a desk. Not exactly a normal thing for a classroom, but this show is far from normal. In the distance, we can hear glass shattering, and then the story begins. A group of high school students, along with their entire school, have been thrown into an empty void. No teachers, no reason, no guidance. Just them floating in this strange, ruleless world. Or so it seems. Some of them soon discover they have powers and embrace their newfound freedom. And on the other hand, there are students who are trying to keep the order and come to find that there are rules that govern this world that everyone must follow. So as the supernatural fight for control begins, dragging nearly everyone into it, someone slips into the background. And this show is about that person and his quiet attempt to survive. Nagara doesn't put much effort into anything, letting life play out with no real care for himself or anyone. But as the show goes on, we learn that it's not that he doesn't care, it's that he's been beaten down by the world for caring. He learned that making waves only gets him hurt. So he drifts. He floats just beneath the surface, avoiding conflict, avoiding attention, and most of all, avoiding himself. Then there's Nozomi. She's everything Nagara isn't. Bold, reckless, alive, fully herself, in a way that terrifies Nagara. Not because she's wild, but because she's free. He sees her as the type of person he dreams to become, to leave behind his own messed up life and turn into the free person he's chasing. But chase is all he can do. He'll never become her, always held back by his thoughts. But just because he can't reach her doesn't mean that she still won't lead him forward. The story picks up as we're introduced to more characters, but one in particular, Miso. She's angry, defensive, and real. She's been cut off, hurt by rumors, and betrayed by people she thought she could trust. But unlike Nagara, she fights back. She's not afraid to make waves, even if it costs her everything. She won't back down if someone messes with her. So when she sees Nagara getting thrown around, it ticks her off. She pushes him to fight back, even if he can't win. Because deep down, she sees a reflection of herself in him. Someone worn down by the world, but still searching for a reason to keep going. And that's exactly why she challenges Nagara. She refuses to let him keep floating by without standing up for himself. Sometimes that means yelling or fighting, but it also means never giving up on him. As the students begin navigating the worlds they're finding, they start getting a better understanding of their situation. Each place they encounter is like a puzzle, and every one they solve brings them that much closer to figuring out what's going on. Through all of this, though, Nagara continues to stay passive. He's bullied by those who think they're better, pitied by those who see him as useless, and chased by those who think he's hiding something. When the show started, it seemed like Nozomi was going to be the one to pull him out of himself, but she's too far beyond him. Mizuho, on the other hand, is at his level, just as bruised by the world but determined not to give in. That's what Nagara needed. Someone real, someone flawed, someone who can meet him where he is, yet still push him forward when he needs it. Before Nagara realized it, Mizuho was already changing his life. Her words, her anger, Her messy but unyielding drive to live altered the way he thought. Slowly, he saw that drifting through life isn't the same as living it. Bit by bit, he confronted his fears, his doubts, and the parts of himself he always tried to ignore. He didn't need someone who was his opposite. He needed someone flawed, someone who had been hurt, lost, and was still trying to figure things out. So when he was finally able to let go of the idea of becoming someone else, he was able to begin accepting his own life and start living it. While Sonny Boy can be a pretty chaotic show at times, with several people having their own story play out, I believe each character represents a different aspect of one's personality, such as the free part, the scared part, or the controlling part. In our mind, we tend to have all these parts of self interacting with each other and living out their own narratives. Going along with this, each new world they discover reflects a different stage of our lives that we need to figure out. When we do begin to accept these different parts and enter these unique worlds, we're awarded with a better understanding of ourselves, and that can be freeing. So now, as the show comes to an end, you might start to wonder, what was the point of all this? What was this anime trying to say? For some people, it might be nothing more than just a good or bad show. But for me, it comes down to one simple scene that might get overlooked, that helped me in ways I never expected.
Look, you'll be okay.
That's it. 3 simple words. But those words carry the entire weight of the show. As I was watching this, I was feeling overwhelmed about what I should do with my life and where it was. Honestly, I've always been weighed down by that thought. I was scared of trying something and failing, so I never started in the first place. I just stopped doing anything and merely existed, letting everything play out. Went to school, graduated, got a job, never really pushed for anything. I wasn't a shut-in or a loner, but I wasn't exactly living. It dragged me deeper into depression and fear, leading me further and further away from what I wanted, what I dreamt of, to the point that I forgot I even had a dream. This anime wasn't the only thing that helped me out of that mindset, just like how Mizuho wasn't the only person that helped Nagara, but it definitely played a big role. It reminded me that life is messy, overwhelming, and full of uncertainty. But that's okay, and sometimes all you need is a reminder that you'll be okay. So Sonny Boy is a story about navigating life, about confronting the parts of yourself you'd rather ignore, and finding the courage to keep moving forward, even when you have no idea where you're going. There is no guarantee that things will be easy or that life will work out exactly the way you want. It probably won't, but you can't let that stop you. So here's a reminder that no matter how lost or uncertain you feel, you'll be okay. Honestly, there's so much more to this show that I didn't even begin to cover. So if you've seen Sonny Boy, did something else resonate with you? And if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend giving it a watch for yourself. If you enjoyed this type of video, leave a like and subscribe. I hope to be able to make a lot more videos and also get better at it. I'm Advil, and I'll see you later.